Good afternoon, everyone. So, welcome back. So, today we are going to start the. Okay, are you ready? We came to know that hack driver and the lawyer they were moving. They were very much hungry, and now they want to have some lunch, and after that they want to just move on. So, let's say you can take up page number 50 from page number 50. Okay. So, how about something to eat? I suggested. Let's go to a restaurant and I will buy you lunch. So now, as they were hungry, as the lawyer he was hungry, he offered Bill that he will buy something, buy lunch for him, and he want if there is any restaurant or not. He asked Bill. So after that, well, ought to go home to the wife. I don't care much for these restaurants, only four of them, and they are all bad. Tell you what we will do. We will get the wife to pack up a lunch for us. She won't charge you more than $50, and it would cost you more for a greasy meal in a restaurant. To Waits Hill and enjoy the view while we eat. So now, as the lawyer, he offered Bill that he will buy him a lunch as he is also hungry. He want to have lunch. So if there is difference, so both of them they can go and they can have their lunch there. But Bill he said that actually he feels he do not want to go to restaurant because there are uh, there are only four restaurants in the country, and all of them they are all bad. They are all bad. They always offer some greasy and spicy food, and he doesn't like those greasy and spicy food. So he wants to go to home as his wife has already prepared food for him every day. She used to prepare it. He'll also pack for him for both of us. He will pack it, and she won't charge for more than $50, and for that she will charge only $50. So he's with his own business. He while offering lunch also he is actually he asked money from the lawyer. So he said that he will bring lunch. His wife will pack lunch for both of them, and she will charge $50, and which is which and it will not cost more for in a restaurant. It would have cost more in a restaurant, and you will not even able to get good food. But there they will get it. So they will go to the Waits Hill and they will enjoy their lunch while looking at the view. Okay. So now I know that Bill's helpfulness to the young fellow from the city was not entirely a matter of brotherly love. Hours, including the lunch hour, at what was then a very high price. But he was no more dishonest than I. And then he says, the lawyer, he says that actually he felt that Bill, as he is helping him, Bill helpfulness to him from was not simply a matter of brotherly love. Okay, it was not like he was showing his brotherhood, but it was his own business. He know that he will get money from that. If you will help him, he will get money, and he is charging money for each and every time. Even for lunch, he is charging money from the lawyer. So the lawyer has understood that it is not a brotherly love or brotherhood among between them, but it is just a business. He's doing his own business. The lawyer has to pay him for every time he has given to him. Even he has paid full, but still he has to pay for that also. So, but he was no more dishonest than I. And then he said that he's dishonest. Yes, he's dishonest. He says that he is dishonest, but not more dishonest than him, because he says that even the lawyer is dishonest, and where he is dishonest, with his boss. So though Bill is charging money from the lawyer for each and every time he's spending with him, but he also says that though he's dishonest, he's charging for his give, too is not his too is not more dishonest than him. He's equally dishonest as Bill. I charged the whole thing to the firm, and then what he did, whatever it cost, whenever he just go to take a summon, then whatever cost he has, each every he charged for every minute there. So he charged for every minute, and then he said that he doesn't have any problem because he is not giving his own money to Bill. That is the firm money. Firm has given him the money. The his boss has given him the money for the time his money goes to Bill. If it goes too much, it costs too much, but still he is happy with it because he is actually helping him. I charged the whole thing to the farm, but it would have been worth paying him myself to have his presence. And then he said that as he's paying extra money to Bill, but still his presence with him is much more precious than that. Whatever money he's paying, that is, it's okay. He doesn't have any problem because he is spending a very good time with Bill, and that was the important thing for him because he has freshened up his mind. So he was very happy, though he's charging extra money, but he was happy. His cheerful country wisdom was very refreshing to a country boy like myself who was sick of the city. And he says that means the lawyer. He says that that Bill he actually described the thing so properly in a lively way, like means whatever he describe it, it seems like everything is going on in front of him. So Bill, uh, so the lawyer, he was very happy, and he has freshened up his mind because he was very much fed up of city life, no. So he wants to fresh up his mind. So now he got a very perfect man who has actually make him happy. Bill, he has make him happy by actually explaining everything about the country, and he explained in such a way that it seems like everything is going in front of him. So that was like refreshing for the lawyer who has become sick of the city life. So as we sat on the hilltop, looking over the pastures and creek which slipped among the trees, he talked of New Mullion and painted a picture in words of all the people in it. So now they were in the hilltop on the Waits Hill where they were having their lunch, and uh, as they were in the hilltop, they were stream. So they were looking over the pasture and creek which slipped among the trees, and they were talking of New Mullen. Bill was actually, and there Bill was actually explaining him about the New Mullion, and painted a picture in the words of all people. And the way he spoke out, and the way he actually described about New Mullion and about the people of New Mullion, it painted a picture in the mind of the lawyer. Like whenever we hear some story, what happened, or we hear a story from someone, what happened. Here he also says that he has freshened up his mind. He has dictated the thing so properly. It it was like it has been painted a picture in his mind. Every single moment is painted in the mind of the lawyer. He noticed everything, but no matter how much he might laugh at people. So he says that Bill, he noticed everything very properly. It doesn't matter how much he has laughed at the people, but he noticed each and every people very properly. He knew about everyone very properly. He also understood and forgave their foolishness, and he also understand the people whom he has noticed properly, whom he has laughed at, and sometimes he has even ignored it, or you can say he had even forgive them because of their foolishness. He described the minister's wife who sang the loudest in church when she was most in debt. And then Bill he described about each and every person of New Million. He also told him about the minister wife who actually used to sing very loudly in the church. Whenever she goes to church, she used to sing loudly. Whenever she used to be in the debt, okay, whenever she has to give money to other people, when she could not even give she could not return back those money, what she used to do, she will go to the church and she will shout loudly like she is praying to God to help her or something in that way. So he explained those things very properly. He also says he commented on the boys who came back from college in fancy clothes. He also told the lawyer that the boys who actually goes to college, the things goes on, and he noticed each and everything very properly. He also tell him that he told about the lawyer. He told about the lawyer whose wife could never succeed in getting him to put on both a collar and a tie on the same day. And he also told him about a lawyer that the lawyer she wants her husband, or the color collar they have in their the lawyers they used to put it. So he says that he says that the wife of the lawyer she could never succeed in getting her husband in putting the collar and the tie together on the same day. So in that way he has noticed each and every person very properly, and he made them all alive when he explained the thing to uh, the lawyer. It happened as if everything is going on in front of him. He made them all live. On that day, I came to know New Mullion better than I did the city, and to love it better. And that day, he came to know New Mullion better, because he does not even know city. As he is living in a city, he is spending most of the time in the city, working in the city. But he did not know about the city so much. But that day, as he spent most of his time with Bill, he had learned many things from Bill about the New Mullion, about the people of New Mullion, and started loving it. Because why he started loving the people of New Mullion and the New Mullion? Because Bill has explained the things so properly on in the while they were having their food. Okay, Bill didn't know about colleges and cities, but he had traveled around a lot of the country and had had a lot of jobs. From his adventures, he had brought back a philosophy of simplicity and laughter. He strengthened. Bill didn't know about colleges and cities. Bill has never gone to college or city, but he had traveled around the country a lot. He has traveled a lot, though he is not an educated person. He has not taken any education in the colleges, but still he knows about the place very properly because he has traveled a lot, and a lot of job. He had done lots of jobs. From his adventure, he had brought back a philosophy of simplicity and laughter, and he strengthened me. He done lots of jobs, so he had lots of experience. And from his adventure, he had actually brought a very philosophy of living a life. He has brought a simplicity, living a life in a simple way. Philosophy means belief. He has believed. He had actually known how a life can be live left, how life can be led. Okay, so in this way he says that and the conversation of Bill had strengthened the lawyer, because the lawyer was fed up of his city life, isn't it? We came to know that he was fed up of his city life, and he do not even want to stay in the city life. But when he came to New Mullion, everything was very nice for him. He started liking everything because he met Bill, and Bill has explained the things so properly that he started loving it, and that those things came like a positive in a positive way to the lawyer. So he everything now seems very positive to the lawyer. Okay, So clear everyone? So in this way they have their conversation in the weeds hill while they were having their food. Okay. So now they will just move on to the, as their conversation is also completed and their they have completed their lunch. Now they will move on to find Oliver Lutkins. So now let's see if they find Oliver Lutkins or not. So we left the peaceful scene of meetings and made him admit what he guessed. Oliver's gone out to his farmer's mother's farm, 3 miles north. We drove out there laying plants. So now they left the peaceful scene of meadows and wood. They have completed their lunch and even their conversation was ended. So now they started searching Oliver Lutkins, but they could not find Oliver Lutkins anywhere. They just roam around here and there, but they could not find. And at last, Bill, what he did, he just called one of his friends. He cornered him. The lawyer, he does not know what Bill actually talked with him, but he guessed that what he has actually talked. At last, Bill he cornered a friend of Lutkins. A friend of Lutkin. He admitted him. He told that this is a friend of Lutkin, and then he made him admit what he guessed. Actually, late afterwards, we will know that what he has actually admitted at that time. So what he guessed. Now Oliver's gone out to his mother's farm 3 miles north. So now this friend he came and told the uh, lawyer that Oliver has gone to his mother's farm that is 3 miles north. So that the Bill laying plants. They started making plans that how they will catch him. So they started making plans that how they will catch him, what they will do, what they will say. So everything they were making plans and they were just moving on towards the mother's farm, Oliver's mother's farm. Okay. If you have any doubt, please Oliver's mother's farm. So now what happened when they reached the farm? If they find Oliver Lutkins or not? I know Oliver's mother. She is a terror, Bill shied. I took a trunk out there for her once, and she almost took my skin off because I didn't treat it like a box of eggs. She is about 9 feet tall and 4 feet thick, and quick as a cat, and she sure can talk. I will bet Oliver heard that somebody is chasing him, and he has gone on there to hide behind his mother's skirts. Well, we will try her, but you would better let me do it, boy. You may be great at literature and law, but you haven't had real training in swearing. So now, Bill he explained about Oliver's mother that how what kind of lady she is to the lawyer. He says that that he know Oliver's mother because he has met, that means he has met him, and it's very dangerous to meet this kind of lady. And then he said, one day when he took a trunk to her house, took a trunk, trunk, a box, you can say, a trunk to her for on to his mother. That day, what she did, she almost took his skin off. And why? Because for that trunk he has not taken it carefully because it was just a trunk. So why it should be very careful, it will not break, he know it. That's why he took it. But Oliver's mother, she actually was like very much afraid, like she was about to kill him or she was about to beat him because he did not treat that box like an box of eggs. If it falls, what happened? Everything will be destroyed and everything will be finished, isn't it? So similarly, he has not treated the box like a box of eggs, so that's why she almost took his skin off. So that's why she is very dangerous. And he also tells him that she is about 9 feet tall. She is 9 feet tall woman and 4 feet thick and little bit healthy, 4 feet thick and quick as a cat. And she is quick like a cat. And she sure can talk, and she talk a lot. He says that She talk a lot. I will bet Oliver heard that somebody's chasing him and he has gone on there to hide behind his mother's skirt. And then he said that I can bet it. I can very confidently. I can say that maybe he has heard that somebody is searching him. That's why he has gone to hide behind his mother's skirt because he know that his mother is a terror. So no one will actually take that. No one will actually try to go in front of his mother. Everyone know how what kind of lady she is, so no one will go in front of her. So I know he has actually hidden behind his mother's skirt because he came to know that you are searching him to take to the court. So in that way, he was explaining the thing about Oliver's mother, how she is, what kind of lady she is, how she looks like, no. So and as he was explaining all those things, and then she said that okay, let's see. Well, we will try her, but you would better let me do. Means he also tell that there also you don't come in front because you do not know what kind of lady she is. You might be great at literature. You are an educated person. You have studied law, literature, and all, but you haven't studied. You haven't had real training in swearing, taking promises and all. You haven't, but I know how to manage those problems. I know how to handle it. So there also he told the lawyer not to come in front. He himself will go and he will talk with the mother of Oliver. Okay. So we drove into Water and Hackman. I want to find your son, Oliver. So they drove into the So they drove into the farmyard. As they reached the farmyard, then they found that a very enormous, a very big lady, and with a smiling face, she was standing there. My guide bravely went up to her, and my guide means the lawyer's guide, Bill. Bill, he bravely went in front of her and he said, remember me, I'm Bill Magnuson, the carter and hackman. I have come here to find your son, Oliver. So he bravely went in front of Oliver's mother and he talked very bravely. He showed it to the lawyer as he was talking very bravely. He said that you remember me. I am Bill Magnuson, the carter and hackman, and I'm here to find your son. He asked the woman. I don't know anything about Oliver and I don't want to, she shouted. And she also shouted, showing as if she is very much angry with her son. She says that doesn't know anything about Oliver and she doesn't want to know it. Now look here. We have had just enough nonsense. This young man, he said that, okay, now see, I will explain it to you everything. I will explain everything to you properly. The son has made he has uh, made enough nonsense. He's running here and there. We are just running after him. We could not catch him. So enough nonsense has almost done. Now let's come to the point. So he introduced to the lawyer with his mother that this young man, he came from the court, he represented the court in the city, and then he had some legal rights to search all the properties of Oliver Lutkin. Bill made me sound very important. The woman was impressed. She retired into the kitchen and we followed. She seized an iron from the old-fashioned stove and marched on us shouting, you search all you want to, if you don't mind getting burned first. She shouted and laughed at our frightened retreat. Then, when Bill said that, see, your son is actually running here and there, just not coming in front of us. We are about to catch him, but suddenly he disappeared from there. So, enough nonsense has already happened. So, let's now come to the point as he's explained it that this man has come from the court to take Oliver with him, or he explained it properly. Then, as Bill explained the thing, the lawyer he was very much impressed. Oh, Bill can do the work very properly. Bill has explained the thing very properly. So it he was very impressed, and he found that even the woman was impressed. She did not utter a single word, and she directly went to the kitchen. And they also thought that okay, this woman is ready. She will cooperate with us, and they also followed her to the kitchen. But what she did, she took an iron, took an iron from the old fashioned. She took stove and then marched on, and then she just uh, run after them, just like shouting. She was shouting and running after as if she will hit them with the iron. So she shouted and tell, okay, whatever uh, you want to search, whatever you want to search, you search it. But first, you just uh, think of burn. I will burn you from with this iron says, okay, iron, with this iron I will burn it. First get ready to be burned, and then you can search whatever you like. So she has showed her, like, she became very much angry towards them when they actually told that they have come to search all the properties of Oliver Lutkin. She was so angry, but she didn't show it right there. Very nicely she went inside the kitchen, but when she returned back, she showed her dangerous appearance. She just was about to kill them. And then they run from there. And when they run from there, she laughed as they were frightened and they just ran away from there. She laughed at them. Let's go out of here. She will murder us, Bill whispered. Outside, he said. Did you see her smile? She was laughing at us. And Bill, he shouted at the lawyer that let's go from here. She will, otherwise she will murder us. And you see how she was laughing when we just, how she was smiling, or how she was laughing at us when we just were afraid of her and run away from here. I agreed that it was pretty disrespectful treatment. We did, however, search the house. Since it was only 1 story high, Bill went round it, peering in at all the windows. We examined the barn and stable. We were reasonably certain that Lutkins was not there. It was nearly time for me to catch the afternoon train, and Bill drove me to the station. Now the lawyer agreed that it was not a good treatment from his mother, because they were so polite to her, but she did not uh, treat very politely towards them. It was a disrespectful treatment. Today the so he agreed. The lawyer agreed that it was not a good treatment from his mother, from Oliver's mother, because they were so polite to her, but she was not at all polite towards them. And but still, they somehow managed to search all the house if they can find Oliver or not. So Bill just went to the house, clearing all the windows, and then they even go and they even search the barn, the stable, and they could not find Oliver anywhere. Oliver was not there. So we were reasonably certain that Olutking was not there. So now when they just move around the house to see Oliver, but they could not find Oliver, and they were just confident that okay, now Oliver is not here. It was nearly time for me to catch the afternoon train, and Bill drove me to a station. So now it was time to catch the afternoon train, because now the lawyer has to return back. Though he did not find Oliver, but still he has to return back. And Bill, he drove him to the station. So they now the lawyer, he was returning back to the firm, but without taking Oliver. Now what will happen? Let's see how his master, how his boss will treat him, how he will actually behave with him. So let's see here. So on the way to the city, I worried very little over my failure to find Lutkins. I was too busy thinking about Bill Magnuson. Really, I considered returning to New Mullen to practice law. If I had found Bill so deep and richly human, Might I not grow to love Fridge and Gustav and 100 other slow spoken, simple, wise neighbors? I pictured an honest and happy life beyond the strict limits of universities and law firms. I was excited. I had found a treasure. I had discovered a new way of life. So now, as he was on the train, he was just going to the city. As on the way to the city, he was worried very little, and over his failure because he was failed in finding Oliver looking. Though he was failed, but he was not at all sad. He was very happy because he was still in the train. Also, he was thinking about Bill Magnuson, and he started loving Bill Magnuson because of his polite behavior. And he even started loving New Mullen. And he suddenly thought that if he get an opportunity, he will surely come to New Mullen to practice law because he's starting each and loving each and every person, each and every people in the in New Mullen because they were so polite neighbors. They were so spoke so properly to the people, so kind-hearted people they were. So he started like kind of emotional feeling came on him. He started loving every person in the New Mullion, as they were very slow spoken, simple, and wise neighbors, according to the lawyer. So he pictured an honest and happy life beyond the strict limits of universities and law firm. He found that though he was actually talk about the training period. So his life was very strict. Uh, So beyond that strict life, he has got an opportunity. One day he has got one day to spend a very failed to find Oliver Lucas, but he was happy that he had met a person Bill whom with whom he has spent the whole day very happily. He enjoyed a lot. He has uh, pictured an imagination of New Mullen, the people of New Mullen, so everything. So he was quite excited and he thinks that he had found a treasure there. I had discovered a new way of living. He discovered a new way of living from New Mullion, from the people of New Mullion. So whatever his life was, but he was freshen up while returning back to New Mullion, sorry city. He has freshened himself there. So now what he will do? But if I did not up in the code, and they had to have lookings. So he says that he does not think much about lookings. Though he was failed in finding lookings, but he was still happy and he did not take it seriously. Let it be if looking is not found also, but it will not go in his own way. The office they are worried. They will think about lookings. They will ask him why he could not found looking, why he could not serve the summon on Oliver Lutking, why he could not bring him there to be present in the court. So many questions will be asked. And then when he reached there, he found that everyone were very upset. So the next morning, the case was going very shameful. He was very shameful. Before that, he has not actually thought in such a way. But when he entered the office, then he realized that that he was like a shameful and useless fellow. So now he's that morning, the next morning, as they should present Oliver Lutkins in the court, but Oliver was not there. So that morning, my promising legal career almost come to an end before it had begun. It had not begun; only the training period was going on, but he was not successful in his work. As he was not successful in his work, maybe if his boss wants, he can just um, He can just end his career there itself. But now that those things, nothing, it doesn't happen in such a way. He was not thrown out of the office or thrown out of the training. Let's see what happens. The chief almost murdered me. He hinted that I might do well at digging ditches. So the chief, the boss, he almost murdered him because he told that he will be better in digging ditches. Gadda khod nikli we say no. He is good at nothing. He is good at nothing. He cannot do any of the work. He is not successful in any of the work, but he will be successful in digging the ditches. So I was ordered back to New Mullion, and with me went a man who had worked with Lutfi. And then he was again ordered by his boss that you have to go to New Mullion, and with him one of another man uh, will also go with her because he has worked with Oliver Lutkin. The other man, he know Oliver Lutkin well. He will recognize Oliver Lutkin. So the other man also went with him, and the next morning again he has to go back to New Mullion to meet Oliver. To sorry, because it would prevent my loafing all over again with Bill. So he was very like sorry because now he would not get the opportunity to just spend his time with Bill because he know that another person once again he got an opportunity to go to New Malin, but he will not get that opportunity to spend time with Bill because Bill has actually freshened up his mind by by telling the by telling lots of things to him. By here, he was sorry that now he will not get the chance to meet Bill. When the train arrived at New Mullion, Bill was on the station platform near his car. Strangely enough, the old tigress, Lutkin's mother, was there talking and laughing with Bill, not quarreling at all. Now, when the train arrived at New Mullion, Bill, he was at the station. He was on the station platform near his cart. His cart was there, his hat was there, and he was on the platform. And he was very much strange. He found it strange. And what the strange thing the lawyer found that he found that the old tigress, that means Lutkin's mother, was also there with Bill, and they were talking with each other. They were laughing with each other, talking with each other, and with each other. But now they found that they were not quarreling, but they were talking with. They were very. They were like in a friendly manner. They were talking with each other. They were laughing with each other. So he was very much surprised that what is going on there. So from the train, real man, I spent the day with him. So now from the train step, as from the steps of the train, the lawyer he pointed to his companion, one who is giving him company. He said that okay, see that is the person. Like he showed him, that is the person Bill who has actually helped me a lot. Helped me a lot yesterday to find Oliver Lutkins. I have spent very good time with this person. So he introduced he by pointing him. He told to his companion that that is the man, Bill, who has actually spent. I have spent a very good day with him. He was the one who had helped me a lot in finding Oliver Lutkins. The companion who is the man who was very much surprised. He, in a surprising way, he said that that was the man who helped you finding Oliver Lutkins. Yes, he helped me a lot. And the lawyer said that yes, he was the man, he helped me a lot. He must have. He is Lutkins himself. And then, yes, of course. And then the companion, he told the lawyer that yes, of course, he will help you. He must have helped you because he himself is Oliver Lutkins. Now, the suspense is that Bill and Oliver were the same person, and lawyer, the Bill has made fool to the lawyer. The lawyer was fooled out by Bill. That Bill he spent more of the whole day with the same person whom he has to take it to the court. So we can see how Bill has actually made fool of the lawyer. So now he was very much now he was very hurt by those words. What really hurt me was that when I served the summon, Lutkins and his mother laughed at me as though I were a bright boy of 7. With loving kindness, they begged me to go with them to a neighbor's house for a cup of coffee. So now the hurts the lawyer was when he served the summon, when he was with Oliver, and when they were quarreling with each other, and when the woman she brought her iron to like burn them. It was not that she was laughing at both of them. It was that both of them were laughing at the lawyer. So it hurts him that how they treat him. Uh, it hurts them a lot. So what really hurt him then that when he was serving the summon mother, they both laughed at him. They made him a fool, and as like a bright boy of 7 years, they made him a fool. They treated him like a small boy, like a boy of 7 years. With loving kindness, they begged me to go with them to a neighbor's house for a cup of coffee. So they came in front of the lawyer and they told very nicely, in a very kind word, as they are very polite with everyone. So in a polite way, they begged him that please can you come to us to have a cup of coffee? Some of our neighbors want to meet you. I told them about you, and they are anxious to look at you, said Lutkins joyfully. They're about the only folks in the town that missed seeing you yesterday. So, uh, so why they actually invited him for having cup of coffee? They told that the Bill, that means Oliver, he told that there were some other people who are actually very excited to see you because they missed you seeing you yesterday. They are very joyfully looking said in a very joyful manner said. There are some of other people in the town who want to meet you because yesterday they could not meet you. So they want to meet you. That means they want to see a person whom Oliver has made a fool. He has become a fool in front of everyone, in front of each and every people. So now, if we go back to the story, we can see that how Bill has fooled the lawyer, isn't it? How he has fooled the lawyer. In each and every time, he has spent most of the time with him, but he was making fun of him. He has made the lawyer a fool. So that is the story, the hack driver. Are you clear? Today the network is not working properly. So I think that you could not, maybe many of you could not understand the story, but later on you repeat the. So it was a very interesting story. I hope you have understood it, and if you have not understood, please repeat the video and watch it. Okay, please repeat the video and watch it later on if you have not understood things properly. Okay, so everyone is saying clear. So that's all for today. We have completed this chapter, and yes, maybe tomorrow you will get another video on report writing. So watch that one. If you find any problem there, you can send a message on the group. Okay, students. So take care of yourself till Monday. Bye bye, students.